Zelensky holds court with Ukraine's most notorious neo-Nazi. Now, every time I talk about Ukraine and their ties to the Nazis and how they have a bunch of Nazis in the military, they have a whole division of Nazis in their military. They're quick to say, "Oh, Zelensky is Jewish. Why would he, uh, hang out with Nazis or work with Nazis and things like that?" You don't understand. To these globalists, that means absolutely nothing to them. They don't care. They care about control, power, and money. Like George Soros, he worked hand in hand with Nazis when he was a teenager, and he has absolutely no remorse over that. And he's a Jewish person as well. So that really doesn't mean anything to these type of people. But before we get started, go ahead and hit that like button. Share this out so we can get this information out there. Subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Hit that alarm bell so you know when I'm putting out new stuff. Also, check out my link tree in the description. Has a link to my Patreon where I talk about things I can't talk about here. There's also a link to my Instagram and my merch store. Also, check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for news as well. All right, let's talk about this news. The evidence of neo-Nazi influence in Ukraine has been ignored by Western media who have used President Zelensky's Jewish heritage as a defense. However, recent video footage released by Zelensky shows him collaborating with a fascist ideologue openly despite his claims of being Jewish. Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky shared a video on his Telegram channel where he is seen conversing with Andriy Beletsky, the founder of the Azov Battalion and a well-known neo-Nazi figure in Ukrainian history. Shortly after Secretary of State Anthony Blinken announced an additional $200 million in military aid to Kiev on August 14th, Zelensky posted a video in which he talked with Ukraine's 3rd Separate Assault Brigade. This brigade, which might not be widely known to Western observers, is actually a new version of the neo-Nazi Azov Battalion. And might I add here that we sent $200 million more to Ukraine to add to the hundreds of billion, over the $100 billion that we already gave to them. And mind you, people in Maui, houses burned down, and we cutting them $700 checks. We giving other countries our hard-earned tax dollars and just spitting in the face of people in our own country. People that run our country is despicable and sick. They don't care anything about us Americans. But I digress. In a Twitter post, Zelensky praised the brigade's efforts in stopping the enemy's advance and mentioned a separate meeting with the Adar Battalion, another group with a neo-fascist reputation accused of war crimes. I mean, these people are despicable. And again, the mainstream media does not cover any of this stuff. They ignore it. And the origins of the group are not hidden. They officially rebranded themselves as the 3rd Separate Assault Brigade of the Ground Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine in a YouTube video led by Andriy Beletsky, the same person who founded the Azov Battalion and is associated with the National Corps political movement. Despite Beletsky's strong connection to Nazi ideology, the video released by Zelensky shows them interacting in a friendly manner. Beletsky, who has made anti-Semitic statements, has a history of promoting white nationalism and xenophobia. Again, our government is supporting these people. And Zelensky, prior to Russia's intervention, had used his Jewish heritage to counter claims of being a Nazi supporter. However, his association with Beletsky raises questions about his stance on neo-Nazism. Andriy Beletsky, a prominent figure with a history of neo-Nazi views, has distanced himself from his past as Russia's military actions in Ukraine escalated in 2022. He now denies making statements about eliminating Semite-led Untermenschen, or however you pronounce that, and blames their fabrication on Russia's foreign minister Sergei Lavrov. Nevertheless, Beletsky's track record of Nazi-inspired rhetoric is well documented and spans decades. I mean, there's tons of videos and articles about it. Zelensky's college thesis defended the Ukrainian insurgent army, a group of paramilitary Nazi collaborators uh, responsible for ethnic cleansing. You can't run away from this thesis. It's public information. And he was associated with several fascist groups after university, including the Social National Party. Zelensky, despite his Nazi affiliations, was released from prison and continued his involvement in Ukrainian politics. He formed the Azov Battalion, led violent campaigns in eastern Ukraine, and founded the National Core political party, known for its nationalist and hate-driven ideology. Now, President Zelensky's interaction with Zelensky might seem surprising given Zelensky's neo-Nazi background. However, as circumstances change, unexpected alliances can emerge, um, as Shakespeare aptly noted. He said that misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows, and we definitely see that going on here. But let me know what you think. Leave your comments down below. Like, share, and subscribe, and check out jjthepsychotherapist.com for the latest in news. Until next time, peace.